In this video, we'll be looking at the barn swallow. On a fine sunny day, around the last week of March or the first week of April, look to the sky and you may catch a sight of a small slender bird flying low purposefully towards the north. The chances are it's a swallow, newly returned from its winter quarters thousands of miles away in southern Africa. Until the 19th century, people thought that the swallow hibernated over winter at the bottom of ponds. But it turns out it's not true, because they migrate south for the winter. Swallows breed in every country in Europe, except for Iceland. But interestingly, birds that breed in Britain and Northern Europe migrate further south than those from Central Europe, often going as far as Botswana and South Africa. They also breed in North America and Asia, and overwinter in South America, South Asia, and even some parts of Australia, or Australasia depending on your definition. Swallows are relatively small. They can grow to between 5.5 and 7 inches in length, with a wingspan of 12.5 to 13.5 inches. They have blue upper parts and a long, deeply forked tail, along with a red forehead and throat, and white underparts. Swallows are fairly fast and agile flyers, which helps them to maneuver and capture their prey. This consists entirely of small flying invertebrates, and they will only catch things to eat whilst in the air. They don't even stop flying to drink, instead preferring to skim along the surface of a pond, lake or stream and take a beakful of water. Swallows start breeding in May. Given the right conditions, they can rear up to 3 broods per season. As such, breeding season can extend into August. Mothers incubate their eggs for at least 2 weeks before both parents provide the new hatchlings with a diet of insects. The nest site is typically a ledge or timber beam in a barn, garage, or other outbuilding. However, swallows will sometimes choose the most unlikely site, which might, for example, be a ledge in the small porch of a house or church. The young will fledge about 20 to 22 days. Sometimes, single male swallows are infanticidal. That means they attempt to kill the young in the nest in the hope of mating with their mother. Once they're fledged, the young birds don't usually return to their nest, instead staying nearby and being fed for a further week until they are able to fend for themselves. Towards the end of summer and the beginning of autumn, lots of swallows will gather, often alongside their close relatives the house martins, along wires, rooftops and trees, preparing to set off for their winter migration. Just like almost all species, swallows are showing signs of being affected by climate change. This may be altering the way they migrate, and in recent years there have been several instances of swallows overwintering in the south of the UK. In 2021, it's believed that 12 birds managed to successfully stay here throughout the colder months. They have an average lifespan of 2 years, but one wild bird, way back in 1936, made it to 11 years, 1 month and 11 days of age. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a comment, like, subscribe and click the bell.